everyone, and welcome to the Invictus Racing League, the Realistic Performance League. I am your host with the most, Malc, and joining me tonight, perfect timing as always, the greatest American commentator of them all, Tim. How you doing, mate? You alright?
What's going on, Malc? I am super stoked for today, and I am looking at the board right now. We have 20 cars here tonight. Tell me my eyes are not deceiving me. We have a full field. This will be the first full field I've commentated for.
Yeah, this is the first full field, force field there, first full grid there of the whole drivers there for the very first time in quite a long time, to be fair. And it's a brand new season, Tim. Brand new season, race one at a glorious race on the Hungarian Grand Prix there. This is absolutely fantastic stuff here. Are you excited for the brand new season, Tim?
I am very excited, and what a better way to start it off.
Ooh. Right, now looking at some of the drivers. Now, some of the drivers could not do any of the pre-season races tonight, the last few weeks, but looking at the drivers here tonight and seeing what they're going to do through the Hungarian track, it's one of those trickiest tracks. Have you raced around here much?
I have a few times, but I really haven't dabbled so much in the F1 2019 career mode as I did with 2018. So, I mean, obviously there's really not any difference at all. But, that's really the only time that I've been on the track.
Oh, okay. Fair dues. But, like I said, with this track, it's just one of those you have to be absolutely spot on. It's quite congested track here because the only DRS straight that you have, well, there's two DRS straights. The main two DRS straights that you'll see is the one where we're just watching from Joss's car point of view now, which is the main straight, and then the second straight after the first corner is straight down there. But we're going to do the qualifying lap now, passing the straight line here of the first pit lane. Pit exit there, coming up to, which is turn one now, and then you get the awkwardest turn into here with the DRS straight again. I feel like this is too short for the DRS here at the second one here, passing to turn two now, and then into, which is the fast right-hander into turn three now, trying not to get into the curb or too much on the left hand side, over to the blind corner of turn four there, end of the first sector. And then coming up to, which is turn five now, where you've got a little bit of the grandstands there on the left-hand side, and try and be absolutely spot on here. Coming to the chicane corner now, passing turn 6 and 7 now. And then coming up to, which is turn 8. This is the part where you have to be absolutely spot on with the rhythm here, passing 9. And if you have to feel the rhythm, feel the ride on here, passing to turn 10, then 11 now. Then the end of the second sector underneath the bridge there, and then coming up to, which is turn 12 here, and then final part of the third sector. We've got yellow flags at the 3, so something must happen there. Passing to turn 13, the unlucky turn there, and at the start of the pit entry there, Joss is coming up to the final corner of turn 14, so 14 turns of the qualifying lap, and the time to beat is a 1:19.3. So 1:19.3. So what time do you reckon, based on, I know it's only been two drivers has done there so far, but what do you reckon the time will be based on what you've seen so far, Tim?
Well, I'm looking at it, and they're going out on hard tires right now, so I'm actually going to go ahead and say that we're going to see 1:18s as a pole time, and maybe if someone just goes super crazy, as Ton Almanac has actually said, a 1:19.1, so he now has the fastest lap. But if someone wants to go super crazy, maybe, just maybe, they'll get into like a 1:17.9, but I just think that the 1:18s are the safer bet.
1:18s. But like I said, with this track, it's absolutely awkward here because it's one of those tracks where you can lose so much time here with the tyre deg as well. And I'll tell you a good stat here. We will have 35 laps. That's not the stat, by the way. It's it. The Hungarian track here with this tyre wear strategies here, and Sab's moved up to third place with 1:19.4. The tyre wear, the softs can last about 10 to 11 laps fresh. The mediums can last about 23 laps, and the hards can last about 30 laps. So the best strategy to go for is definitely the mediums and the hards. So I reckon 1:17s tonight. I reckon 1:17s, especially with the times. Normally, it's like 5/10 to a second with the tyre wear. But with my guessing on here, I reckon we'll probably hit the high 1:17s. I think that's my guess. anyway. So good evening to everyone that's joined the session here tonight. I hope you're enjoying the start of the brand new season of the Realistic Performance League at the Hungarian track there. So let's see what's going to happen here so far in this fantastic stuff there. So the guys are all set with the new the cars here. So Tony Balance and Jos are in the Alfa Romeo there. Biofreak is in the Haas. Sab, who I'm just watching now, in the Ferrari. Nigel Gash is in the Mercedes. Frosistan is in the McLaren there. TL44S is in the Force India. Luke Bale is in the Red Bull car to give him some wings there. TB is in the Toro Rosso there. Stevens in the Ferrari. Osode is in the Force India. Simon here is in McLaren was in 14th place, but Mr. Skyseed just moved to 4th place in the Williams as well. Mr. P is in the Red Bull. Aaron J. Spence in the Renault. Jos has gone even quicker now, Tim. He's gone even quicker there with a 118.8. Colin J is in the Haas. Sheepy, I stand corrected there. Mr. P is hitting the 118.7 on the mediums now. Colin J is in the Haas. Sheepy is in the Toro Rosso. Boy Better Know is in the Williams. And Delange, the former Realistic Performance League champion, in the Renault. So looking at the drivers in that in the cars there tonight, is there anyone that you reckon that would do well tonight based on what you've seen so far, Tim?
Honestly, if I'm going to answer that question fair, I want you to ask me later on, because I'm still so stoked that we've got a full field. But is it too late to change my guess? Because we're already we're starting to really knock into those 118, so I think I'm just going to change my guess on that one.
Okay. I'll tell you what, because it's a brand new season and it's the very first race, I'm going to let you off tonight. So if you do change your mind, you have to let me know as soon as possible on that one. So I'll let you off.
Well, see, I was just going to copy your homework, but change it a little bit.
Oh, okay. I like your style. I like your style there, Tim. Let's hope we have a cracker here at the Hungarian Grand Prix track here. Just watching Aaron J. Spence now coming through the chicane part now. Who are you watching so far, Tim?
I've actually been watching him since he was on his outlap, trying to see what he's going to do in the Renault. Right now, we have him and 3 other drivers of Colin, Sheepy, and Delange, who has not yet set a lap. Of course, that's going to change very soon for Aaron, as he is currently on his flying lap. I'm riding on board with him right now, and he goes just a little bit wide there, but not too much as he goes underneath the Fanatic banner.
So he's coming up to the final few corners now, Tim. What do you reckon the time will be before he crosses over the line quick?
I'm going to go a 1:19.1.
Oh, 1:19.1! No, 1:19.7 there. 6/10 off. 6/10 off, Tim. So don't worry, I'll let you off. It's only the first race of the brand new season. And can I just say a massive, massive happy birthday to the admin of Sir Knightlyhood of Sir Spud in 16th place at the minute with 120.5. So hopefully he'll have a great birthday gift to try and get into the top 3 tonight. He's in 16 at the minute, but hopefully he'll try and bounce back there as quickly as possible. So Sheep is doing his lapping now, coming up to, which is the end of the second sector, into 3rd now. I mean, looking at the drivers in those cars there, I know it's very hard for the admins to decide when some drivers haven't been in the pre-season race. It's very tough to pick the right cars for the right tracks as well. But looking at this could be a close race by the looks of things anyway, looking at this point of view here. But Sheepy has done a 120.4. So he'll need to try and improve as quickly as possible on the medium tyres as well. So Boy Better Know is on the Williams car as well. I believe he's on the hard tyres again. He's already done 2 laps of the hard. With the tyre wear, I mean, it's going to be tough here because the tyre wear, they're going to have to be absolutely spot on here, whatever happens here tonight. And looking at this point of view here, is there anyone that there's any shocks that you see so far, Tim?
So far, looking down the grid, Sab is actually looking pretty nice there in the Ferrari, and I'm honestly surprised to see Biofreaks a little bit further back. He seemed to show some decent speed in preseason, as well as Mr. Sky Z, who's only in the 8th position. Of course, correct me if I'm wrong, as I'm going to see him. Yes, he in fact is in the Williams, so that would explain some of that. but I am still surprised to see him around the 8th position. I expected him to be a little bit more higher up, but qualifying is not over yet.
No, absolutely not. We've got 7 minutes 45 left of the qualifying here. It's going to be absolutely immense stuff here, and we'll both be on the edge of our seats here on the commentary box for the brand new season of the Race 1 of the Hungarian Grand Prix here for the Invictus Racing League, the Realistic Performance League. And at the moment here, here's a question for you actually, and I know I've said this during the pre-seasons. Mr. Sky has won 3 titles in a row. It's mentioned in Twitter as well. What do you think he'll get a 4th title this season or not? Pressure.
Well, considering that we have a full field here today, that can only give us an idea that we're going to have a full field for most of the races, if not all the races this season. So that is 19 other drivers that he is going to have to beat in order to get that 4th title. It's most definitely possible, and he has shown that, but I don't think it's going to be an easy walk in the park for him. Do I think he can get it? Yes. Do I think he will get it? Way too early to tell.
I know it's early days, but we like to predict our predictions at the start of the season because we like to see if we can get a spot on here on the commentary box and see what happens here tonight. But sorry, throughout the remainder of the season here. Aaron J. Spence moved up to 4th place with a 118.9 now. I think you might be right here with the 118s at the moment here, Tim. At the moment, and it's only 6 minutes 15. But like I said, majority of the guys are not on the mediums. There's about 15 drivers who are on the hard tyres already. 2 drivers on the mediums, and 3 drivers are already on the softs, as from what I could see there. But 6 minutes left. 6 minutes left of the qualifying here, Tim. Oh, are you on the edge of your seat here? Who do you think will produce the goods against Mr. P in the pole position here tonight here?
Well, we're about to find out here in just a few minutes. I suspect that these drivers, as I'm watching Mr. Sky Z pull in right now, I'm almost going to bet that he pulls in for soft tires, fits them, and then goes out to complete just an absolutely flying lap. Meanwhile, I'm watching BioFreaks, who looks like he's more or less going to be stagnating around the 8th place position, but again, he could always pull in, put some soft tires on, and throw a flying lap. And I thought for a minute he was going to go into the pits, but he did not. He's going to complete at least one more lap here. As he crosses the line, will he be able to improve on his 119.3? Yes, he will. At 118.132 for BioFreaks SA in the Haas machine.
Oh, absolutely brilliant there. 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left. I reckon we are hitting the 117s. I said you was right. That we might at the moment here in the 118s. Sab moves up to 2nd place now. Sab moves up to 2nd place now with 118.2. Where's Mr. P? Mr. P's on the soft tyres, Tim. He's on the soft tyres, coming to the final corner now. And will he try and improve? He's got to hit the 117s. He's got to hit the 117s. Yes! He moves up to 1st place with a 117.7. Right, here we go. This is going to be reeling in with all the qualifying times here. 4 minutes 23 left. Who are you watching so far, Tim?
Watching Mr. P as I go down the grid. Currently, I'm watching BioFreaks again. Of course, I don't expect him to try another lap. He'll probably have to pit. Looking down now, we have O'Steven on his outlap. Right now, he is in the 5th position with a 118.860. So after he... What happened, Mal?
Nigel Cash moves up to 4th. Tim, I do apologise. Nigel Cash moves up to 4th place. Tim.
No, you're fine, but I'm watching O'Steven right now, and he's actually coming around the final 2 corners, around the final corner now, passing the pit entrance. So he will start his flying lap now, and we'll see if he will be able to improve on his time, as he goes just a little bit wide there, and he actually got a little bit loose, the car getting squirrely on him. So that might actually hurt him a little bit as far as momentum going down that really long straightaway. But now as he goes into turn 1, it looks very smooth there. Maybe could have used the curb up a little bit more, but hey, I'm not out there. He is. I believe he knows much more about what he's doing, as he's actually approaching Boy Better Know in the Williams now. So I'm not sure if that is going to hinder his lap or not, but so far it doesn't seem to be an issue, as Boy Better Know has now moved out of the way. And so O'Steven's going to continue on with his flying lap.
Ooh, this is absolutely tense stuff here, Tim. This is absolutely tense stuff. I'm just watching Jos now come up to the final few corners now in the medium tyres. Did a great time, 118.8 on the hards. I will not be surprised if he hits the 117s. in a moment or two. If he looks silky smooth. Will he try and beat pole position here? Oh no! No, he moves up to third, Tim. He moves up to third with a 1:18.238. Tim.
And I'm noticing that most of the drivers, in fact, all but two, have the medium tires on, and I'm surprised that we have not seen more drivers try to go and fit the soft tires after seeing the kind of lap that F1 Mr. P put down with a 1:17.7. And of course, there is still 2.5 minutes left in this session. Plenty of time for drivers to come in and maybe go out for one more lap. But I'm just absolutely dumbfounded that for some reason they're not, not more drivers have chose the soft tires. Because I mean, there's never really a correct tire, I suppose.
No, because it's but yeah, like I said on this, it's with the tyre wear strategies, like the softs do not last long, Tim. That's why I would avoid, if I was driving here, I would avoid the softs as much as possible. Mediums or hards is the way to go in the Hungarian Grand Prix. If you want to go softs, you've got to have a good start. Regardless what anyone says, you've got to have a good start. If you don't, you will lose out big time, because you have to do a two-stop. Well, you could do a one-stop with softs, hards, but you will lose out probably about 5-6 seconds based on the quickest tyre strategy, which would be the mediums and the hards for the one-stop strategy here.
And while we were actually talking about that, Malc, I'm noticing that Nitro Gash, who's still in the pits, has switched over to the soft tires, but with him still being in the pits, I'm not sure if he's actually going to go out and try to make a lap on them or not. So we're going to have to see here in a minute as O. Steven is completing yet another flying lap. I don't believe he improved on his time last time around, but will he be able to this time as he crosses the line? Yes, he will. O. Steven up to the 4th position with a 1:18.150.
Yeah. 1 minute left. 1 minute left on the qualifying here. Who do you think? Do you think Mr. P will hold on for first? Do you think Sab? Well, Sab going to second place there. O. Steven in 4th place there with a cracker of a time there. But here we go. This is going to be an absolute cracker of a time here. DL4S coming up to the final few corners, which I believe he'll be his one and only lap here. He's got to have to be absolutely spot on here with the medium tyres here. Boy. So, who are you watching so far, Tim, in the last 30 seconds?
Watching TL4S, but now switching over to Mr. Sky Z, currently in the 8th position right now. He is on the medium tires, of course, so riding on board with him and seeing just what he can do. Still watching Nitro Gash, who is still in the pits, so I'm really trying to, and Mr. Sky Z has cut the corner. He will not be able to have a time this lap. Not sure what happened there, but he did cut the corner. I guess he just carried too much speed into there and couldn't hold on.
Yeah, we got yellow flag set to 2, and qualifying has stopped. They have stopped the fans of Crystal Mode, but I tell you what, they have stopped the qualifying at the Hungarian Grand Prix here, Tim. This is absolutely immense stuff here. At the moment here, Mr. P is in pole position here in 1st place. Sab is in 2nd. Biofreak is in 3rd. O. Stevens in 4th. Jos won't improve as he was retired. Nigel Gash is in 6th and he won't improve. TL4S, he could get into the top 3 if he can try and do a really good lap here. He's not coming up to the final few corners here, Tim. Do you think TL4S will get into the top 3 or not, Tim?
If he does, it's going to have to be one good lap, and we're going to find out here in just a minute, as now all he has is straightaway in between him and the line, and he crosses it into 6th position. Just a little bit of improvement. Yeah, just a little bit of improvement there. Aaron J. Spence nearly lost the second from last corner there. So, where's Simon moves up to 7th. Simon moves up to 7th, but where's Delange? Delange, the former Realistic Performance League champion here. He's going to come into the final corner here. Can he try and improve his time here? Oh, no, he won't. He's 120 flat there on the medium tyres. I'll tell you what, that is a cracker of a qualifying there tonight. I'll tell you what, Tim, what do you think of the qualifying so far on the first brand new season of the Realistic Performance League? I think that if what you say about the soft tires is true, I really want to see how Mr. P's race goes, because he obviously had a really good time on the soft tires getting the pole, but we're going to have to see if he's able to hold on to it later on. But I think that it's been a really nice qualifying session, and I just hope that the race is as good as it was last week.
So absolutely hope so. We'll have to wait and see what happens here tonight. Here are your short qualifying for the Hungarian Grand Prix for the Invictus Racing League, the Realistic Performance League. F1 Mr. P in first place in the softs, so he'll have to do a really good start if he wants to get that out of the way there. Sab is in second, Biofreak SA in third, O Stevens in fourth, Yoss is in fifth, TL44S is in sixth, Simon is in seventh, Nitrogash is in eighth, Ozone is in ninth, Ton Avalanche in 10th, Mr. Sky is in 11th, Ferocious Dan is in 12th, Aaron J. Spence in 13th, TB is in 14th, 15th is Luke Bailey, Boy Better Know is in 16th, the birthday boy of Sir Spud in 17th place. Colin J is in 18th place. Delange is in 19th place. And Sheepy is in 20th place. Full on grid here, Tim. Oh, I can't wait for this. I cannot wait for this at all. We're going to do the usual advertisements and then we'll talk about the race coming up while everyone's getting all set up and ready to go. So, if you're watching this, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to everyone that's joined the session. I will have a look at the comments now. Good evening to Mike and Cohen. How you doing, guys? You all right? I hope you're all okay well. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the Invictus Racing League channel for all the live races on the YouTube channel. Not only we do the Realistic Performance League on the Tuesdays with myself and Tim, we've got the legendary duo, commentary duo on the F1 League on the Monday nights. It used to be the No Assist League of Gareth and Sab as well. Fantastic, brilliant stuff there. Like I said, myself and Tim do the Performance League, the Realistic Performance League on the Tuesday nights, and also you got Warrislander Energy Dan for F2 on the Wednesdays, and myself and Tim again for F3 on the Wednesdays as well. But also don't forget, if you like podcasts and you like to listen to the views of the real life F1 and also the updates of Invictus Racing Leagues, make sure you check on the podcast on with Sab and with Gareth. They do a brilliant podcast, absolutely brilliant stuff they do as well. But also, it's just absolutely fantastic stuff as well. Not only on YouTube, like I say, not only we're on YouTube, we're also on Twitter, Facebook, and on Instagram as well. So make sure you subscribe, follow, like as well for all the latest updates. And don't forget as well, make sure you check the InvictusRacingLeague.com for all the latest stuff there. If you like what you see, this is the very first time we've had the full grid here on the Realistic Performance League for a very long time there, so it'll be very interesting stuff to see what's going to happen here tonight at the Hungarian Grand Prix. But also, just make sure you, if you like what you're seeing, guys, please go into the site and register and sign up, and then we'll see, we can try and get you in any of the leagues here. So make sure you tune in, guys. Thank you very much. Like I said, guys, I hope everyone's okay and well. Aaron J. Spencer says he hates this track. Mike's encouraging Aaron J. Spencer there. But, like I said, this is absolutely fantastic stuff here, Tim. I can't wait for it. Top three. Who do you think is going to be tonight?
Mr. Sky Z, Yas, and Sab, not necessarily in that order.
So, not in no particular order. So it's Mr. Sky C, Yoss, and Sab, was it? Sorry.
Yes.
Right, so let's put all the betting slips on and all set and ready to go. I think Sir Spud's got the go-ahead there. Not the go-ahead biscuit, but like I said, we'll have the go-ahead to kick off with the brand new race at the Hungarian Grand Prix here tonight. My top three, in no particular order. I reckon Yoss, Sab, and I'm going to say Nitrogash for the podium. In no particular order. No pressure on the guys there tonight. But like I said, the formation lap is about to kick off right here, right now at the Hungarian Grand Prix. And I can't wait for this. I cannot wait for this, team. It just feels good to see fantastic stuff here as well. Mike's just said it feels good for a change to be a spectator of the performance. They've done so many seasons. A break feels good. Absolutely. If you've been, it's good. It's good to have a break. Make sure you have a Kit Kat as well afterwards. Tim, with the strategies going on. From the normally I check the bottom half here, and the majority of the drivers, except for Mr. P, they've all gone for the mediums or hards there. So, would you have gone for that, mediums or hards, or which tyre would you have gone for to start off with, Tim?
Well, honestly, I would have probably went for the softs, and my thinking behind that is try doing what everyone else doesn't and see if it works. And then if it doesn't, now you know.
Have to wait and see.
So I would have probably started off at the softs, but whether or not it would have worked for me, we don't know. But looking down the grid here, I'm actually surprised that a lot more drivers did not elect to at least try starting on the hards to go for, a longer first stint and then a shorter second stint, assuming that they only do a one-stop. But having the hard tires there, we only got 4 drivers actually on the hards throughout the whole field.
Yeah. It depends. Like I said, I would have started on the hards and go long, as long as I have a good start at the track here. But it could make or break here tonight, and it looks a little bit cloudy here. We've not heard any weather crew updates here as we speak. Mike has said, Tim, you're dead wrong with the softs, lol, when you mentioned about the softs to start off with before you said the hards. Just so we'll have to wait and see what happens here. So Tim, I'll tell you what, I'll let you do the honours to start off with the race grid. Tim.
All right, and this will be the first official race of the Performance League this season, the brand new season, as we see a full field of drivers, 20 drivers in total, lining up on the grid, finding their places and waiting for those lights. We hear them, they're waiting, the lights are now in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. 0 red lights. It is green flag in the air for the Invictus Racing League's Performance League Hungarian Grand Prix. And they are all going off the turn 1. A bit of a cluster in the back there. And right now we have a Ferrari of Sab getting an early lead with O'Steven also in the Ferrari. Is almost 4 wide going into turn 1. Almost 4 wide.
Oh, this is absolutely brilliant stuff here, Tim. This is absolutely fantastic. All 20 drivers here coming through. Fantastic stuff there. Some interesting stuff there. Oh, there's been a crash. There's been some collision there at the back there. I did not catch it, but it looked like O'Steven looked like he went wide there at one of the corners there. It looked like there was a bit of a mistake from one of the crashes there, but we had yellow flags there. Absolutely madness stuff there. So Ferocious drops himself right down to 20th at the minute here. And look sorry, Tim, carry on.
It was O'Steven and BioFreaks, I do believe, who got involved into that, because BioFreaks, I saw a Haas sitting on the side of the road. He is now in 13th, with O'Steven being in the 9th position, so already clustered in. Go ahead, Mount, with what you were going with.
Yeah, like I said, I wasn't sure what actually happened there, because I was trying to catch the top half there. But looking at this now, so Spud moves up to 14th place now. BioFreak, I say, has dropped down to 15th, now 16th now. As O'Steven drops down, yes. He's dropped out. No! It's like O'Steven and they go side by side there at one point. O'Steven and but we better know. I could get the words there. The two were trying to say, right, I'll go left, I'll go ahead. I know I don't. But that was just mad, absolutely madness stuff here. We've got we're on lap 2 of 35 of the Realistic Performance League for the Invictus Racing League. This is absolutely fantastic stuff there. We will try and bring everyone TV time here as much as possible here, and we'll try and do as best as we can here. Tim, what's your update so far on your side?
Still watching O'Steven, just seeing how he's handling that car. He's in 10th position right now, and on the left side of the wing, he does not have a left side end plate, obviously resulting from that collision there. So there is going to be definitely some handling issues from O'Steven. I'm surprised that he has not tried to pit to go ahead and fix that, but I guess he feels that he can't continue on long enough on this stint, so maybe he's trying to set himself up for a later stint on in the race by staying out. But we're going to see what he can do here, as he is running right in the middle of the entire field.
Yeah, he'll need to think about pitting there. But we have a two in a bench situation there. What a move there from Simon. Moves to 11th place in the McLaren. Passing TB now from 12th place here. This is absolutely fantastic stuff here. Absolutely fantastic stuff there from Simon there. We might have a 6-car battle here for the lead here. We might have to go back to there in a moment or two there. But Sam's got the fastest lap of the race now, Tim. No, sorry, take the back. Tolo Balanci's got the fastest lap of the race now with a 122 flat there. Jos could be a chance on Mr. P. Mr. P's tyres looks like they're going to be shot there. Mr. P's dropped. Mr. P's dropped out to 3rd. No. Yes, he has. He's dropped out to 3rd place here, Tim. His tyres must be going, but it's very early to say here, Tim.
Mr. P did not get a good start at all. I remember going into turn 1, it was the Ferraris leading, and Mr. P was able to somehow find his way through that mix and I guess not get any damage, but you're right, just running in third right now. And we're going to see what those soft tires do. What's going on, Mount?
Tyler Balach went onto the grass there. So something must happen there. TB has got 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now, Tim. Oh my days, this is absolutely fantastic stuff there. Mr. P closing in on Yost now. Nitrogas drops down to 17th place, so he must have been out a collision there at some point. Stephen did pit for the hards there, so he did pit because of that front wing damage there, so he'll have to go long here. Bear in mind though, the fresh hards can last about 30 laps, so let's hope he can try and save that tyre wear to the end there. He's got no other choice, Tim.
No, he does not, as now I am watching Mr. Sky Z behind Ton Almanac right now in that Williams, running in the 6th position right now, trying to get the slipstream.
Oh, TL4 first moves to 3rd. Tim, he moves to 3rd place here. Tim.
Yeah, just a little bit. He is able to clear him. He is able to clear F1 Mr. P, as I saw drivers just going every which way as I was running on the on-board. And now there is a spin. The Force India machine, or excuse me, the Racing Point machine of TL44S has spun. And F1 Mr. P got involved into it. So now F1 Mr. P is dropping all the way down to 8th with the Racing Point machine of TL44S dropping to 10th.
So the tyre wear must be shot by now, but that's very, very early here on the track here. Very, very early. I don't know what to say. Oh my God, Simon nearly went to the back of Mr. P there. Mr. P should, if he has got a bit of his front wing, no, he's got a little bit of damage on the left-hand side of the front wing there. So Mr. P will be sitting duck here with the straight here. We've got about 1, 2, 3. We've got about 4 car. Well, we could have 7 car battle here against Mr. P here at this moment in time. So Mr. P will have to pit here for the hards as quickly as possible here. We're on lap 4 of 35 here of the Invictus Racing League, the Realistic Performance League. This is absolutely a cracker of a start here on the brand new season. Look at this, Mr. P has gone to the pits now. Mr. P is going to the pits. Where's TL4S? He's going to the pits. No, he's still out. He's still out there. Is he lost? He hasn't lost a bit of his front wing actually, TL4S. But look at the Red Bull and Colin J. They're going side by side here with 11th and 12th respectively here. This is absolutely fantastic. TL4S moves up. No, Simon moves up to 8th. Back into 8th. They're still going side by side here. Oh, fantastic stuff here. This is absolutely brilliant stuff. Right, we nearly had a 3 in a bed here. They're still going side by side. Oh no!
And Luke Bailey makes contact with Colin J, and Luke Bailey is now into the grass. There was just a little bit of contact, just no real estate in that corner, and so Luke Bailey and Colin J made just a little bit of contact. That sent the Red Bull just slightly spinning enough to get into the grass and maybe having some wing damage. I do not know yet.
Yes.
In fact, it does look like he does.
Yes, he has. Sorry, Tim. Just to give you a bit of a recap. Yes, he has got a bit of front wing damage on the left-hand side there. But look at Sheepy now. Sheepy could have a chance here trying to close in on Luke Bailey here for 13th place. And Delage is, well, Sheepy's just gone past Luke Bailey already here. This is absolutely immense stuff here. Look at Simon. Simon's got the train going on here with about 4 or 5 cars here. Tim, who are you watching so far?
Watching Boy Better Know in the Williams. I thought for a minute he was going to make a pit stop, but he does not. He's going to stay out on track on those medium tires. Of course, it'd be a little bit early for pit stops, but he was teasing us there for just a minute as he has now crossed the line. Really no battles going on with him. However, just a little bit ahead of him, Aaron JS and Ozone Typhoon are running nose to tail behind Mr. Sky Z, who has moved up to the 4th position.
Oh, I have to wait and see what happens here at this moment in time. Simon's holding on here. No, he might lose out there to TL44S. He could try and do the old switcheroo. Oh, can he do it? Oh, a little bit of contact there. Looked like a little bit of wheel banging there. Absolutely madness stuff here. Boy Better Know's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. It looked like, and Colin Jones got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. They did not want that at all. I think Luke Bailey had I don't know if he had a 5-second stop-go penalty for speeding the pit lane there. But I have to wait and see what happens here at this moment in time there. Watching it from TB's point of view here, because we've got Colin J trying to chase into the top 10. Oh my days, this is brilliant. I absolutely love this Realistic Performance League. Tim.
Yeah, this is absolutely amazing. And when TL4FS and Zyman were battling side by side there for a minute, when they made contact, I actually thought that maybe in the same corner 3 laps in a row, we were going to have some issues there, but they got by very cleanly, and they're still running. That's so very nice to see. And going up now, as I'm watching, Aaron JS has actually got a little bit closer to Ozone Typhoon. Aaron JS still running in the 6th position with Ozone Typhoon in 5th. These guys are trying to chase down Mr. Sky Z. What's going on, Matt?
Colin J moves up. No, he doesn't. A little bit of contact there between himself and TB for 10th and 11th respectively here. What a ding-dong ball here. Can Colin J try and make the move? Oh, a little bit of contact there, but he made the move there. There's a little bit of contact between Colin J and TB, which brought Spud into play here, into 11th place here. I'm going to go back to Aaron J. Spence and Ozone Typhoon here for 5th and 6th, as you was watching, Tim.
Yep. And I'm still watching TB right now because he actually lost 2 positions in that battle. And Sir Spud, he's going up onto Sir Spud now, going to maybe try to make a move when he finds an opportunity. He's a little bit faster, but you were talking about Sir Spud and it being his birthday today. You said at the beginning that maybe he could get a podium, and that would be awesome for his birthday. I don't know if a podium is in the cards for him today, but it definitely looks like he could get a points-paying finish. He is running 11th, just outside of that points-paying threshold, so we're going to see what happens with him toward the end of the race.
Yeah, absolutely stuff. I'll tell you what, the driver to watch out for this season is Jos. If you can try and be consistent and try and beat Mr. Scorsese on track, I reckon he will do well. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Aaron J. Spence and Ozone for 5th and 6th, respectively here. But like I said, Jos is the one to watch. Jos is the one to watch out for this season because he has been immense during the races that he had last season when he could race, and also the consistency and effective as well on the racing itself. But if you like what you've seen so far, guys, please make sure you like and subscribe to the Invictus Racing League channel for all the live races here. So Spud has got a 3-second time bounty for multiple warnings now. Good evening to MJ Coop. I hope you came well as well. So, at the moment here, Jos is going to try and close in on Sab now for 1st place here. So we're going to try and go back in. Is Sab going to try and hold that ERS mode? It looks like he's trying to save the ERS so that Jos looks like he's on fire here to try and get into 1st place here. But yeah, just absolutely immense stuff here. Mr. P's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. But yeah, just absolutely madness stuff here. Jos could have the DRS straight now. Watch it from Sab's point of view here. Sab's going to try and defend here on the inside, but he's going around the outside. Oh, they're still going. So what a move from Jos. Tim.
That was absolutely stellar right there, but now Sab, he is going to try to battle back hard. Going to see what happens here as Jos in 1st, Sab in 2nd, running nose to tail. Sab trying to get that slipstream off of Jos wherever he can to try to gain a little bit of advantage. I tell you, I bet Sab wishes that there was a DRS zone right about now, as Jos is just right now pulling away from that Ferrari.
Yeah, he's trying to pull away as much as possible there. It doesn't look like Sab has got any front wing damage or anything, but it looks like he's just slowly drifting away from Jos here for 1st place. So whether he's trying to save the ERS mode or save fuel to get on him on the first pit stop. We'll have to wait and see what happens here. But at the moment here, you've got Jos in 1st, Sab is in 2nd, Don Avalanche is in 3rd place, Mr. Scorsese in 4th, Ozone is in 5th, Aaron J. Spence is in 6th, Boy Better Know, fantastic stuff from him, in 7th place, Simon is in 8th, TL4FS is in 9th, Colin J is in 10th place here, Sir Spud is in 11th. Jos got the fast lap of the race now with 121.432. Sir Spud is in 11th, TB is in 12th place. Sheepy is in 13th. No, sorry. Sheepy 13th. Stephen is in 14th. Delange is in... Well, Delange has dropped down to 18th place now. So something must happen there from Delange here. Dropped himself right down to 19th or 20th now. So something must happen there. Look at side by side with Aaron J. Spence and Ozone! They're still going at it. Aaron J. Spence was saying before the race here, he did not like this track. But I tell you what, Tim, he absolutely loves it so far in P5. Tim.
And I would too, running in the 5th position, just maybe flirting with the podium later on today if he can keep his pace. Of course, right now he is 2.6 seconds behind Mr. Sky Z, who in itself is half a second behind a podium position. So that is about 3 seconds, give or take, that Aaron J. Spence is away from a podium at the moment. So we're going to see what happens here. But still, nonetheless, 5th place, definitely a good run for him. And, you know, like you were saying, Malc, that's a good showing for someone who hates this track.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I don't know if that was like reverse psychology, saying, oh, I don't like this track, but I actually do like this track. You know what I mean? Maybe he doesn't actually like the track. We've got that.
We now have a retirement now by Luke Bailey. Sorry, Matt, but we do have a retirement. Not sure what happened there, but he has retired from the session.
I'm not sure what happened there. We've lost communication with Nitrogash as well, so it depends on whether he can get back into it or not. So we've got yellow flags set to 2 now. We've got a couple of battles going on here. We've got Mr. Skies here and Tyler Avalanche for 3rd and 4th as well. We've got Simon and TL4S in 8th and 9th. We've got Jos and Sab for 1st and 2nd place here as well. But we're just watching Tyler Avalanche and Mr. Skies here, the two who could be battling out for the Drivers' Championship as well as the Constructors if they can play their cards right here. MJ Coop says, if Jos breaks the DRS, you won't see him again. That is a valid statement there, because there's been a few times where if Jos pulls away from the DRS, you won't ever see him again. But let's see what happens here tonight here. So, Tim, who are you watching so far?
Well, I'm watching the battle for the lead between Jos and Sav, as it is less than half a second between the two. And it looks now that they're actually catching some lap traffic. Not sure who that is. Oh, that is the car of Nitrogash, who we still have not yet regained communication with him. Hopefully we will soon. But Nitrogash going to be lapped here very soon, as Jos and Sav are just breathing down his neck, going down the front straight, heading into turn 1.
Yeah, absolute stuff here. And look at Mr. Sky, try and close it on Tyler Avalanche. Tyler Avalanche is trying to get rid of the slipstream here. He's got a little bit of a gap here, so Tyler Avalanche is going back onto the racing line here to try and turn in for the corner there at turn 1 there. DRS straight should happen here again for Mr. Sky. Just watching it from his point of view here. For my personal opinion, I don't like this second DRS zone. It's too short. It's absolutely too short here. There's not much overtakes from what I saw. There's only a few ones, but not much that I see there. I believe we might see quite a few drivers in the mediums hitting the pit window in the next 3 to 4 laps. Tim, do you agree?
I think that they would just about have to, with this being a 35 lap race, currently going 11 laps on the medium tires, so I'd say it's not too long before those tires really start to show their life. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, like I said, the hards can last about 30 laps. The mediums can last about 23 laps. So either way, if they go on the hards now, they can try and go all the way to the end as long as they don't have any issues along the way there. Aaron J. Spencer's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. Ooh, we will have interviews at the end of the race here. So let's see who's going to be the first podium winners and the first winner of the brand new season of the Invictus Racing League, the Realistic Performance League. At the moment here, Jos is in holding on for first, Sam is in 2nd place, and Tyler Avalanche is in 3rd at this moment in time. We might have a few battles going on here, left, right, centre here, but we're going to go back to Sab here to try and close in on Jos at this moment in time. What would you do in Sab's situation here, Tim? What do you think he'll need to do to get past Jos?
If you might have to tell me if I am using this term right, but I feel like maybe an overcut through pits. He's going to have to basically, what I would do if I was Sab, I'd try to stay out a little bit longer than Jos if I can, maybe a lap or two, just to try to get slightly fresher tires there toward the end.
We'll have to wait and see what happens here. At the moment here, Jos might break the DRS here if he doesn't be careful here. 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings there. Sab needs to do the undercut. That's what MJ Coop is saying here. Sab needs to do the undercut. When that will happen, we don't know, but it could be the next lap, it could be the next 2 laps. We'll have to wait and see. But at the moment, it's over 1 second there, the gap, Sab now. So the DRS will be broken here. But, however, if Sab did pit, he would get stuck in traffic regardless. So you're going to have to plan it spot on here. So TL44S is the first person on the medium tyres to gamble on, which would be the hard tyres, to last the end of the race here. We've got a battle going on here between Mr. Scorsese and Tyler Avalanche for third. There's about 22 seconds of the pits as well if you stayed in. Just have to wait and see what happens at this moment in time here. Tim, what's your thoughts of the race so far?
Well, so far I think it's been a pretty decent race. As right now I'm just going down the grid though, trying to find a battle, and actually it looks like TB and Sheepy right now are starting to heat things up, both in Toro Rosso machines. So we're going to see what happens here as TB is just behind Sheepy, trying to get that slipstream and trying to get the advantage. Going to see maybe he can make a move on him when he finds a chance, but it looks like Sheepy might be just a little bit quicker. Sheepy going just a little wide, but nothing too bad.
Nothing too bad at the minute here, Tim, but we might have a couple of battles going on here from third place here at this moment in time, but we're still watching TB and Sheepy, see if there's any development here at this moment in time. But there's quite a few battles going on here, left, right, centre. The pole position sitter of Mr. P drops right down to 15th place. If you just joined, ladies and gentlemen, we're on lap 15 of 35. Oh, the Invictus Racing League, the Realistic Performance League. As I said, Mr. P. Oh!
And there is contact between TB and Sheepy, and Sheepy has, TB has spun, while Sheepy is off and away and alone, but there was just a little bit of contact there, and it caused TB to spin.
Yeah, I think TB tried to brake late here, tried to go around the inside there, but unfortunately he had a little bit of contact there on Sheepy's car, back right wheel car here. That's what's happened there. So at this moment in time, TB drops himself down to 14th place, and I tell you what, he's going to try and close it out. Stephen now is on 12 laps on the hard tyres here at this moment in time. So Mr. Scorsese try and close it on Tom Avalanche here. But yeah, you can't really do an overtake at that point of the track there. I would save myself until the DRS, as long as you get a good exit there at that moment in time. But that was just not the move that you should be doing anyway for that overtake at that moment in time, like on the corner that we're at turn 12 here. So Mr. Scorsese, Jos, Sab have both pitted. They have both pitted. The top two have both pitted, Tim. Who's going to follow? Who's going to follow? No.
Well, Ton Albanach is going to stay out, and so is Mr. Sky Z. But it looks like Aaron JS has decided to follow him into the pits now. Yeah, so Sab's just coming out now of the pits. Jos should be ahead. Or it might be Sab, depending on if Jos. Just have to wait and see what happens here at this moment in time. So Boy Better now moves to the top four. Simon is in the top three now. But it looks like Sab. Oh my days, we had a 3-car barrier. Sab was the lucky winner, trying to get past Jos here in the pits as well. So that's a great move there. But however, Sab, this could be Sab versus Jos here for the winners of the as MJ Cooper says, Sab jumps him in pits there. So I don't know if Jos had a bit of a front wing damage or there was some issues with the team with the car there. But at the moment here, Jos got a little bit stuck in the pits, and Sab just took the opportunity there with ease there. But fair play to them. TL4S got 3-second time bound for multiple warnings now. Miss Sky C closing on Tyler Avalanche now for first. Right, would you say pit now for the top 4 drivers to pit, Tim? Yeah, definitely pit now. You are going to want to.
Oh, Tyler Avalanche was teasing. Sorry, Tim.
Watching Boy Better Know. No, you're fine now. I am watching Boy Better Know now, and he is not teasing, as he is all the way on the curbs going into the pits there in that Williams. So going to see what happens with him here. Oh,
Sam. Sorry, Jos is trying to close it on Sam now to take the lead. Go around the outside. Oh, go around the outside there, but Sam can try and make the move here. No, he won't. He thought he'd try and make the move there. TL4 first got fastest stop of the race with 121.337 here. Fantastic stuff there. Oh, Jos made the move there. This is absolutely fight to the end here to see who's going to win the Hungarian Grand Prix here. But if Jos can break the 1 second barrier DRS, it's going to be very tough to catch up to Jos at this moment in time, Tim.
Yes, it will. And Sab right now, he's trying to hang with him, but it looks like Jos is just a little bit smoother through these corners, just has a little bit more speed, a little bit more pace. So we're going to see what happens with him.
It's still 4 tenths. Still 4 tenths with Sab. Looks like Sab's got more of the cornering speed at this moment in time, but it looks like Jos went into for the straight line speed. TB is the second DNF driver of the race here in yellow flag set to 2. So yellow flag set to 2. So something must happen there at this moment in time. Aaron J. Spence trying to go closer to Tyler Avalanche now for 4th place here. Both drivers already done the pits, so Spud hasn't pitted yet until now. So I've spoken there. Jos has got the fastest lap of the race now, 120.9. So Sab, can Sab try to close in on Jos now? No,
he's trying to.
Carry on, Tim.
Now. Well, he is trying to, but it's not going to work, at least not this time. But he is keeping the gap under half a second, and that's really what he needs to do at this point, is he just needs to stay close to him and hope Jos makes a mistake. Maybe try to intimidate him and make Jos use up his tires. But that could also be at the sacrifice of Sab's own tire, so he has to maintain his tire wear as well.
Yeah, absolutely, Tim. Absolutely insane stuff there with the tyre wear as well. With the Ferrari, it looks like it's really on fire with the second and third sectors. It's just the first 2 straights here where he just loses out big time here. It looks like Jos is trying to save the ERS by the looks of things, and then put on to full pelch at the straights there. Fresh status got 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. So Aaron J. Spence trying to close in on Tyler Avalanche now for 3rd place here. The 3-time world champion of the Realistic Performance League on Mr. Sky is in 5th place here. Just watching the Aaron J. Spence and Tyler Avalanche battle here for 3rd and 4th respectively here. Tim.
Well, still watching this battle for the lead, but going to go down the field now, looking for another one is Aaron JS. As you say, he is getting close. He's running with Ton Albanach right there. Mr. Sky Z, meanwhile, last year's champion, he is watching this battle, just kind of waiting in the wings to try to see what he can do when and if these guys make a mistake. And he's actually gaining on him a little bit there entering turn 1, but they're going to pull away from him just a bit. But Mr. Sky Z showing some fierce pace right now.
Yeah, absolutely stuff here. You've got to, if you want to win the title, you've got to have a good start. You've got to have a good start in the brand new season on the race 1 of the Hungarian Grand Prix here. Normally with Invictus Racing League there is 12 races here. So can't wait for this. We just cannot wait to find out what's going to happen here for the first. I think we'll find out roughly where the drivers are going to be in the next few races and stuff. I think with the first race it's always you're not sure if they're going to keep that consistency going as well, but who knows, they proved me wrong as well in the past. Let's hope they prove me wrong again. Let's hope we could have a different winner this season, depending on if Mr. Sky C, I'm not saying he will bottle it or anything, but I reckon he'll try and defend for the fourth time of asking as well. But fair play to the guys here. But Tim, what has there been any shocks? Has there been any interesting drivers that you've watched so far?
Well, really, the shocks that I am seeing is really the the crashes, the wrecks or collisions, that we've had, and especially in that one corner right there, where TL44S spun and Mr. P just kind of got into him. I don't see that a lot here in the Invictus Racing League, so it's really just surprising me. And it happens. I'm not ragging on anybody. It's just something different. It's really kind of shook the lineup up a bit. But watching TL44S right now chasing down Mr. Sky Z, he's within half a second of him now, and he is actually gaining on him fairly quickly. We're going to see if he's going to be able to hold this momentum.
We have to wait and see what happens if he does get that momentum going here. But At the moment here, Aaron J. Spence could try and close in on Time Avalanche here for third place here at this moment in time, but still watching Simon and O'Stephen now for 8th and 9th respectively here. Good evening to Craig. How you doing, mate? You alright? O'Stephen pits. O'Stephen has pitted, so he will be the one to watch on the medium tyres. So watch out for him to get a good, decent result here if he can try and keep his nose down. But Mr. Sky C drops down to 6th place. TL4S makes the move, but Mr. Sky C goes side by side here with TL4S. Mr. Sky C could be side by side here. Oh, this is absolutely fantastic. Go around the outside. Oh, he nearly done it there, but TL4S holds on for 5th place here.
A little bit of contact there, but they held onto it very nicely with the Racing Point machine moving up into 5th. Mr. Sky Z, last season's champion, running now in the 6th position and watching that pink Racing Point just pull away. Yeah, just tried to sit. It was a sitting duck there, Mr. Sky Z, and he nearly went back into it as well there. But like I said, Boy Better Knows out of the race. Boy Better Knows out of the race here. There's been a crash. There's been a crash of the yellow flags there. Is it still yellow flags there? No. I'm trying to see where the car is. Oh, he's crashed on the right side up the blind corner of turn 4. So, Boy Better Knows is out of the race here. So, Luke Bailey, TB, and Boy Better Know are all out of the race here tonight. So, this is absolutely shocking stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely shocking stuff here. And Sab got into 1st place here. Yosh drops down to 2nd place there. Absolutely fantastic stuff here. Tim. Fantastic indeed, and a shame for Boy Better Know making it the 3rd DNF of the night. And watching, actually, I'm just going down through the field here. For a minute, I was watching Delange, but going up back now to Mr. Sky Z, who looks like he is starting to... He was closing that gap for just a split second on TL44S, but now, in fact, TL44S has increased it and is pulling away even more. Ozone Typhoon, meanwhile, in another Racing Point machine, 1.7 seconds behind Mr. Sky Z. Here in a few laps, we might see a battle between those guys.
We'll have to wait and see what happens. It could be close. Could be close, but who knows? Who knows? We're on the edge of the seat to find out what's going to happen here in the story of the brand new race at the first race of the season of the Invictus Racing League, the Realistic Performance League. And we're on our lap 22. There's about 13 to 14 laps left of this race here. I don't know which one to pick. I don't know who to pick for whoever's going to win this race here tonight between Sab and Jos, and also who's going to get the last podium here tonight. I don't know, because Time Avalanche, Aaron J. Spence are having a proper ding-dong barrier. Aaron J. Spence trying to close in on Time Avalanche, just trying to break the slipstream here. MJ Coop says Aaron desperately needs to get by Ton. Yeah, if he wants to try and get 3rd place, he needs to get Ton Avalanche as quickly as possible here. Who are you watching so far, Tim?
I'm actually watching what you are watching, Ton Avalanche right now, and watching Aaron J. Spence just trying to catch him, and meanwhile going up to the battle for the lead with Yas in 2nd, Sab in 1st. Yas just trying to catch that Ferrari. Oh. And now TL44S has a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings from the stewards. Absolutely
stuff there. But also, O'Stephen did get the fastest lap of the race here with 1:19. Fantastic stuff there from him. But look at this. If Aaron J. Spence wants to get a podium, he needs to get past Time Avalanche as quickly as possible, because TL4S, even though he's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, Mr. Sky C will be the one to pounce at any moment in time. So this is absolutely nerve-wracking stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely nerve-wracking stuff there. Good evening to Carrot Soup. How you doing, mate? You all right? So, we're on lap 24.35. Sab is in the lead with 1st place. Yoss is in 2nd. Time Avalanche is in 3rd. Aaron J. Spence trying to get the slipstream here. Getting closer and closer now for 3rd place here. This is absolutely fantastic stuff here. Oh, Aaron J. Spence trying to make the move. Nearly there. Nearly trying to make the move. He tried to, but at the moment here, TL4S looks like he's more of a chance to try and make the move on Aaron J. Spence now. Oh, this is absolutely madness stuff here. Aaron J. Spence is in 4th. TL4S is in 5th place here. Mr. Sky C is in 6th. Ozone is in 7th. Simon is in 8th. Colin J. Spence in Right, Colin J is in 9th. So Spud is in 10th. Aaron J. Spencer got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. So, both Aaron J. Spencer and TL4S are equal with the penalties as far as I'm concerned. So both of them have got at least 3 seconds worth of penalties here. So this will be a fight to find out what's going to happen if they want to try and get past Time Avalanche as quickly as possible here. Tim.
Yes, he will. And it must be killing him inside that Renault, not being able to make the move on Ton Albanach, not being able to get by him despite maybe, debatably, arguably being faster. And behind him, of course, TL44S, as you were saying now. And going down the line is Zyman in the McLaren is now chasing down Ozone Typhoon in that Racing Point machine. He is about half a second, 0.6 seconds to be exact, behind him now as they're going down the straightaway.
Oh, Aaron J. Spencer makes the move! Oh, the bill! Oh, TL4S! I don't know what to say. TL4S makes the move after Aaron J. Spence locked his brakes there. And he had a little bit of contact there between himself and Ton Avalanche. He needs to try and make the move, but unfortunately, the two cars had a little bit of contact there. But TL4S did make the move and hold on to 3rd place here. Fantastic stuff from TL4S, Tim.
Fantastic stuff indeed. Did not see that coming at all, Malc.
Absolutely not. But we've got about 3 tenths now between Sab and Jos. Who's gonna win the race here with 10 laps remaining? Tim.
Now that is definitely going to be a humdinger of a question right there. That is the $1 million question. Sab and Jos, it is definitely between those two drivers. The only way it's not going to be between those two drivers is if they both wreck out while trying to make a move on one another. And now Jos using the DRS, trying to get by him right now, going into turn 1, trying to use the outside there, side by side and wheel to wheel. Ferrari and Alfa Romeo with Jos motoring by Sab. He just absolutely powered by him like he was not even there. And now Sab is back on the offensive, trying to get back to Jos.
Absolutely fantastic up there from Jos. There was a little bit of wheel banging there between the top 2 drivers here. Simon moves up to 7th place now. Oso drops down to 8th place here. So Oso's got a 10th behind Simon there. But with this, like I said, if Jos breaks that DRS barrier, he will win the race. But Sab is not giving up, so fair play to him. Sab needed that start from last season. He needed that start, but he had an unfortunate, unlucky start there. But his performance was shot up sky high in the second half of the season. So hopefully his performance is still going up even stronger here to try and close in on Jos here for 1st place here. But this has been a brilliant battle here between the top 2 drivers here. No one to give up here with the Rick Astley song there. Never going to give you up on that one. But look at Sab now. Sab should have a chance here on the DRS straight now. Jos should have the faster ERS mode here, but could be with the DRS straight here of Sab here. He's going to try and make the move. No! A little bit of contact at the back. Oh no! Sab, a little bit of contact at the back of the car there, and because of that, as soon as it tucks, he's lost a bit of the time there. So, madness stuff here. Tim.
And that was madness indeed. And I don't think he got any wing damage from that, but nonetheless, he lost valuable time. He was able to gain it back so very quickly, though. He was all the way down to about 0.7, 0.8 seconds. Then he got back to half a second. Now he's hovering around 0.6, 0.7 at the moment. So, really, I can't even tell who I think is faster overall at the moment between Jos and Sab. It really just seems like they each have sectors to where they are better than the other driver. But overall, it's almost like they're more or less equal, but it looks now as though Jos has kicked it into high gear. He is really starting to pull away from Sab, almost out of that DRS range entirely. So this could be the race that we're watching right here, but I know Sab does not want to hear that.
No, absolutely not. He did not want to hear that at all, but I'm sure he'll bounce back here. But like I said, I will say this now, as soon as it hits the 1 second barrier, I think Jos will have it. But don't get me wrong, Sab will not give up on this situation. He will fight all the way to the end of the race here. Time Avalanche looks like he's struggling with those hard tyres at the moment here with 10 laps already. But Aaron J. Spence trying to close in on Time Avalanche there. Chance now Chance now for Aaron J. Spence trying to close in. Same with Mr. Sky C. Look at this battle here. Aaron J. Spence trying to stop the slipstream of Mr. Sky C. Sorry, on that one there. But tell you what, we've got a 3-car battle here at this moment in time. We've got a top two battling now. We've got TL4 versus Tyler Avalanche, Aaron J. Spence. Tyler Avalanche, Aaron J. Spence, and Mr. Sky C for the 4th, 5th, and 6th respectively. We've got Colin J. Spence and and Sir Spud in 9th and 10th respectively as well. And then Delange and Brian Freak SA for 15th and 16th place. Fantastic stuff, Tim.
Meanwhile, Sab had the gap all the way down to 0.4 of a second between him and Jos. But now it is all the way back to 0.9 of a second, still hovering around that DRS zone right there. So it is the DRS that is definitely the saving grace for Sab at the moment, as they are rounding the final corner this time around, going under the Rolex banner, and Sab will still be in the DRS zone. He is 0.9 seconds, 0.8 seconds behind him right now. He just has to try to hang on and stay within that time gap so that he can maybe have a chance to get by Jos. But Jos is getting so much better exits out of these corners than Sab is that it is almost seems to be for naught.
Yeah, absolutely. Sab needs to do something there. If he wants to win the race, he's got to beat Jos on track here. And at the moment, Aaron J. Spence trying to go around the inside here, but he's still trying to get closer to Tyler Avalanche here for 4th place here. I tell you what, this is absolutely a ding-dong bell. So Spud passing, Colin J back into 9th place here. So fantastic stuff there from Colin J back in for 9th place here, Tim. Absolutely fantastic stuff here. We're on lap 29 and 35 of the Realistic Performance League on the Invictus Racing League. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the Invictus Racing League channel for all the live races here for the Invictus Racing League leagues. Yellow flag set to 2. Yellow flag set to 2. So something must happen there. That's Sir Spud. Sir Spud's made a mistake. Sir Spud has made a mistake. But look at Aaron J. Spence, Tim. Look at Aaron J. Spence. He's right at the back of Tyler Avalanche now.
That he is indeed, and he is going to try to make that move by that Alfa Romeo, but will he be able to do it as he is right there on the back of him? Going under the Fanatic banner now, rounding the final 2 corners of this racetrack for this lap. Aaron J. Spence still in the 5th position, but will he maybe be able to make a move on him going into turn 1?
Here we go, we might find out here. He's getting closer, Aaron J. Spence. He's getting closer to Tyler Avalanche here. Needs to make the move. Tyler Avalanche is going back onto the racing line here. Oh, it looks like Tyler Avalanche is saving the ERS. Like 3/4 of the race here, and then up to that DRS straight here, try to save it on the main straights, which is what happens here on this track here at this moment in time here. So Aaron J. Spence will need to think about what he needs to do here. The Drivers' Championship winner from the last 3 seasons, Mr. Skies, is in 6th place here at this moment in time. Aaron J. Spence got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now, so he did not want that at all. So at the moment, TL4S would hit the barrier of the penalty stuff here at this moment in time. As long as he's over 3 seconds, that's what he needs on there. But look at Sab now. Look at Sab trying to close in on Jos now for 1st place, Tim.
Yep. Now, excuse me. Now, here is some developments that I'm not so sure you're aware of. Did you know Sab actually had to take evasive action? He almost got into the back of Jos. He took evasive action and went very wide into turn 1. But did you know that Sab actually does have in this race a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting, and Jos has 2 warnings? Not a time penalty, but 2 warnings, with Sab having a 3-second time penalty. So at the moment, there's no way Sab can win this race without Jos completely wrecking out, unless Jos himself picks up a penalty.
Do you think Jos will get a penalty tonight? Do you think
with as hard as they are driving, I do believe it is very possible. But whether I think for sure it will happen, I just think that Jos is running too smooth of a race right now to be able to make that mistake. But that's always when they happen now, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely stuff here. But Aaron J. Spence, sorry about that too. We got back to 4th, 5th and 6th respectively here. But Aaron J. Spence trying to close in on Tyler Avalanche here for fourth place here. He nearly went to closing in on Time Blanche at the blind corner of turn 4. But here we go, RJ Spence, a lovely helicopter view that I've got here. They need to keep this as the camera view. They need to keep this because you can see everything over the top here. And you can see whether so much things here. Absolutely fantastic stuff there. We've got a 4-car battle here actually with Tarn Blanche, RJ Spence, Mr. Scorsese, and now Simon now to join in the party on this. Going to the final corner now. On lap 32 or 35 here of the Invictus Racing League, the Realistic Performance League. Chance now, oh my days. I'm just supposed to try closing on Time Blanche now. Try and make the move here. Oh, this is absolutely fantastic stuff here. Still battling on, they're still going on this. Absolutely fantastic stuff here, Tim.
He is so very close, but still so far away from that 4th position, as there was actually a little bit of a lockup going to that last corner by Aaron J. Smith, but he was able to hang on to it, and now it looks like he has a little bit more speed than Ton Avenok entering this corner with this uphill blind corner. And Ton Avenok, though, holding on very nicely. There really just doesn't seem to be that many places to pass, so Aaron J. Smith is just going to have to find a place to pass and just stick with it and hope that he can get by Ton Avenok right now.
Yeah, hopefully he needs to do something there because you've got Mr. Scorsese and Simon pouncing at any moment in time here to try and capitalise on the 2 mistakes here at this moment in time. We've come up to near the end of the race here with lap 33 of 35 here. MJ Coop has just mentioned a comment here. Jos and Sab both sitting on 5 career Performance League wins. If either wins, they go equal second all-time alongside MJ Coop and Sir Spud on 6 wins. Oh, this is going to be absolutely nerve-wracking here between Jos and Sab here for the win here tonight. But pressure, I would say.
Yes, it will, and both of these drivers wanting to get this win, with Sab running in the 2nd position and Teofil Ferris, of course, in 3rd. A very surprising podium from him if they're able to hang on for the next 2 laps here. And running down the line now, as it looks like Simon in the McLaren, he's getting ever so closer to Mr. Sky.
Hello? Sorry, we've just had some technical difficulties there from Tim there. Hopefully he'll come back in as quickly as possible here. So Colin J's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. Hopefully we'll get Tim come back on now. Tim?
Yeah, Malc, how you doing? My headphone actually just came out of the controller, so just a bit of technical difficulties there from my end. My apologies. But yes, I am watching the battle from Simon's on board with Mr. Sky Z, Aaron JS, and Ton Avenok. This is a 4-car battle for not even a podium position, just for a top 5 here, with 2 drivers going to be able to get a top 5.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. I don't know who to pick. I do not know which one to pick from these guys here. It's like a 4-car battle here for the last podium spot here. You've got the top 2 who are at incredible pace here tonight here. Nearly a pit stop. Fantastic drive there between Jos and Sab. Fantastic stuff there from the top 2 drivers here. And also the 4-car battle here for the last podium stuff. Sorry, for the 4th, 5th, and 6th and 7th respectively. Sorry, not from the last podium. I do apologise. Because TL4FS is pulling away from Ton Avalanche. As long as, if TL4FS did get another penalty, he needs to try and build it up quickly here before it gets even worse there. Tim?
Yeah, and actually the race almost came down to a pit stop, in fact, because remember, Sab actually came out in front of Jos in that pit stop, but now he is actually able to be, Jos is able to be in first, with Sab being in the 2nd position, just half a second behind, and it is now coming into the final lap of this race. It is the white flag in the air, with Jos leading the race and Sab in 2nd, just half a second separating these 2 drivers. Sab is going to have to take serious action here.
Yeah, he has to try and make some serious action here. He needs to do something here. Last chance saloon here. I'm going to watch it from these the top 2, regardless. But I tell you what, this is going to be an absolutely frantic battle here. I don't know if Jos has got another warning or penalty on our screens here, but at the moment here, Jos is still holding on with 2 warnings here. Sab has got a 3-second time penalty earlier on in the race here. But It'll be a fight to the end here. This has been a brilliant race. Whatever happens here tonight, this will be a brilliant race here. Position changes here. Aaron J. Spence and Colin J. And also Sheepy had the biggest movers tonight here. So fair play to those drivers here at this moment. Coming up to the final part of the second sector here. And then coming up to the third one here, Tim. I'll let you do the honours here.
Sab goes just a little bit wide, but it looks like he actually is going to get some momentum heading into Jos. This is just 0.4 seconds behind him right now, going into the Fanatic Banner. Final 2 corners of the Hungarian Grand Prix, and Sab, giving it everything he's got, goes just a little bit wide, but it is not going to be enough. One more corner to go for Jos, and he is going to probably cross the line in the first place position. In fact, yes, he will. There's just nothing Sab can do at the moment. Jos will win the Hungarian Grand Prix for the Invictus Racing League's Performance League.
Fantastic stuff there from Jos. Congratulations to him. He's just won the Hungarian Grand Prix. Sab, brilliant battle from these two drivers here. Really ding-dong battle here for second place here. TL4 is just coming up to the final corner now. Should finish in third place here, as long as he's still in contact there. But look at this battle here for fourth place here. Oh no, Tyler Balaj moves up to third. Tyler Balaj moves up to third place. TL4 did have another penalty than Tyler Balaj. So at the moment here, Jos, Sab and Tyler Balaj will be in the commentators box for their thoughts on the race here tonight. Tim.
Yeah, and it is going to be an interesting one to talk to these two drivers. And Sab was just that close. Just that close.
Yeah, if he didn't have that penalty, it would have been right at the death there. That would be an absolutely manic stuff there. I tell you what, brilliant battle from the top two, and everyone else who've had ding-dong battles here. Absolutely fantastic stuff. It's been a great race for the brand new season, full grid. And I tell you what, Tim, if it's going to be like this, I can't wait for the remainder of the season here. This season at the Invictus Racing League, the Realistic Performance League, Tim.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. You know, we had some really good preseason races. Of course, last week was probably one of the best races that we have commentated, and probably one of the best ones that we've been able to see. And so now with Jos starting off the season with a win, surely he's going to be a favorite for the championship.
Ooh, I'd say he's the one to watch. You can't say after the first race. I would say wait for a few more races to find out what they are in the performance stuff. But I'm not going to shoot anyone down. Just have to wait and see what happens here. Race classification for the Hungarian Grand Prix for the Realistic Performance League for the Invictus Racing League. Jos is in first, Sab is in second, Tyler Balanche is in third, TL4 in fourth, Mr. Sky in fifth, Simon in sixth, Oso seventh, Stephen eighth, Aaron J. Spence ninth, Colin J. 10th, Spud 11th, Sheepy 12th, Frostad 13th, F1 Mr. P 14th, Biofreak 15th, Delange 16th, Nigel Gash, Boy Better Now, TB and Luke Bailey have all had DNFs or lost communications with the car. I'll try and get as much of the penalties in case the stewards need to have a look at them after the race as well. So, Jos's 6th career win, 13th career performance podium. That is a one. Just absolutely fantastic stuff. Well done to Jos, Sab, and also Tyler Balaj, who will be bringing them into the commentators box in a moment or two. So bear with us, guys. We'll invite them in as well. So, Sab. I'd like to hear their thoughts of the race, see what they thought of it as well. And we'll have to see if there's any questions along the way here. But just have to wait and see what happens in this moment in time. Just bringing Jos in, and also Tony Balanche for the podium stuff tonight. So just
Sab has now came into the room, but Malc, what?
I absolutely loved it. It's one of the bestest races we have ever witnessed for a very long time as well. That's my point of view anyway. We've had the top two having a ding-dong battle here, and also you had majority of the drivers who were trying to get everyone in to the there was 20 drivers there, full grid. That's what you need. You need to get that good start. And I tell you what, Jos, Sab and Tyler Blanche had the greatest starts in the Invictus Racing League, the Realistic Performance League, so we'd like to hear their thoughts in a moment or two. So I think all the guys are in. I think if not, we'll wait a few more seconds before we do the usual. But if you are in, please make sure you allow voice to be shared. It's set to always allow. If you don't know how to do that, go to the party settings and allow voice to be shared. Make sure it's set to always allow. I will say normal 3 questions to each driver to keep it short, sweet for the Hungarian track, and also talk about next week's race as well, which we can't wait for to find out what's going to happen on their thoughts of the race for next week. Sorry. So I'll be speaking to Jos, the main man, in first place, and then Sab in second, and then also Tyler Blanche for third place. Guys, are you all set and ready to go?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So like I said, I'll be talking to Jos, then Sab, and then Tyler Blanche. Good evening to Jos. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Good evening. Yeah, I'm fine.
How did he tell us your thoughts of the race tonight?
It was hard. It was a sweaty race.
I bet it was a nerve-wracking race there. Whatever happened, said you and Sab were producing some epic overtake moves and great battles there. Would you say that's the bestest battle on track for a very long time? Would you say?
In this race?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see the other battles on track, of course, but I enjoyed it. I had a great battle with Sab, and it was a fun race to race. Brilliant stuff.
And I tell you what, if you keep that performance going, Jos, I know it's early doors, but if you keep that performance going, I reckon you could be in for a shout as an outsider for the Drivers' Championship. I know it's only one race in, but with that battle going on, I could see a really good battle from yourself there. Did you at any point, from what I've been told, you had like 2 warnings, is that correct, during the race?
Yes.
Did you felt like you panicked thinking you don't want to make another one to cause the penalty?
No, because I knew Sab had 1 penalty, and as long as I kept in front of him, there was no point of worrying, I guess.
Okay, fair enough, absolutely. But like I said, we'll just hope and see with that situation from yourself, Jos, that we thought that you was at the limiter with the penalty stuff. But as you said, Sab did get the 3-second time penalty. But I tell you what, that was just a brilliant race from our point of view, anyway. But what a race from yourself, Jos. That's a brilliant battle from you in this first race here. And we'll see if you can try and produce the goods in the next few races, well, throughout the season as well. So well done for tonight. The usual 2 questions for at the end. German Grand Prix next week at the Hockenheim Ring. What's your thoughts of the track and what are your expectations for next week?
The last time I raced on Germany, it wasn't that great because I was in the Williams, and yeah, it was just shit. So I'm not looking forward to that race.
Yeah, like I said, we're sorry for any technical swearing difficulties here for Jos there, but in other terms, it was just not been great. Is that what you're saying, Jos, with German? Fair enough. Let's hope that that rhythm can turn around there as quickly as possible. So well done for tonight, Jos. Well done for that. That's a great start from you on the Drivers' Championship, a start, and also for your boost for the constructors as well. I wish you all the very best of luck for the rest of the season, mate. Well done for tonight. Brilliant drive from you. Brilliant.
Thanks.
So you can stay if you want, or you can shoot off. It's up to you, Jos. Sab, how you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Me and Tim our throats are absolutely gone after that brilliant battle from yourself and Jos as well. Tell us your thoughts of the race tonight.
I got a good start. Got past Mr. P straight away and felt like I could control the race, and then a pesky Alfa Romeo decided to come behind me and cause me hell of a trouble. I picked up the time penalty because I got cramp in my hand, and I was trying to uncramp it, and I ran across the bloody curb, and it gave me a penalty, and I was like, for God's sake, that has ruined that now. So, but in the end, it didn't prove to be decisive. It'd have been worse if I'd been leading Jos and lost it through penalties. So it didn't really matter in the end, but he battled fair, and it was good to fight with him. I just couldn't quite get the move done and keep it done. He somehow found his way back ahead. It was all madness tonight.
Oh, I tell you what, that is absolute madness. I just have a penalty because I've got cramp on my hands. And that's just absolutely madness stuff there, Sab. Absolutely mad. But I would have taken the penalty off from you if it was because of that anyway. So I would have been the nicest guy there. But we're the commentators. The game decides it on that one as well. But Sab, tell us your thoughts of the battle between yourself and Jos. Did you felt like, was that the best battle you ever had for a very long time in the race?
I wouldn't say it's the best one. I've had some really good battles in Performance League. Jos, I'm just glad he didn't have a quicker car than he did, because he would have ran away into the distance. He certainly made it tricky, but like I said, it was a fair battle, and even though we bumped wheels a few times, there was never an indication we were going to take each other out. So it was a good fair battle, and it was good to be that close throughout the whole race and manage to not take each other out. So yeah, I was really enjoyable.
Absolutely fantastic stuff, Sam. This is the best start that you needed after what happened last season as well. But I want to say this to Jos and to yourself. You both were on equaling on 5 career Performance League wins before tonight's race, and Jos had the 6th win on his career at Invictus, as well as the 13th 13th career performance podium as well. So for you, Sab, I bet it's gutted to not get the 6th win tonight.
It is, because I thought I had to take advantage of having that car. I'm definitely not going to have it next week. It is gutting, but I know Jos overall is a faster driver than I am, so if I can have a way of battling with him, I don't mind so much picking up P2 in the end. It was a good battle, like I say, so I'm pretty happy with the podium tonight. I said to my teammate Tom, I need to get minimum podium with this car, and that's what I've achieved, so I'm happy with that.
Fair play, mate. Fair play. That was a brilliant battle. I'll say this again. You and Jos had a great battle throughout the race tonight, and let's hope we see more from yourself, Sab, and also Jos with the racing tonight as well throughout the remainder of the season. So well done for 2nd place. Usual 2 questions before we go to Ton is German Grand Prix at the Hockenheim Ring. What's your thoughts of the track, and what are your expectations for next week?
Well, we raced there last season and I ended up finishing 3rd, so hope I can do that again. I don't think I will, because I probably will be in a much worse car than what I'm in this week, but I enjoy the German Grand Prix. It is good. It can be tricky in places. Yeah, I just, like I said as well to a few guys I practice with, I just want to be consistent this season and try and stay in the points as regular as possible and not have as many DNFs, so hopefully take this form into next week.
Absolutely. So I wish you all the very best of luck, Sab, because you did a brilliant job tonight for finishing 2nd place, and let's hope you build that confidence into the next few races, well, throughout the remainder of the season as well. So let's hope you keep that momentum going, Sab, because that was a brilliant battle from yourself and Jos as well. Well done for 2nd place tonight. Again, I wish you all the very best of luck. If you could you could stay if you want, or you could shoot off. It's up to you, Sab, but well done for tonight for your 2nd position. Well done, mate. So, Ton, how you doing, mate? You alright?
Yeah, I'm alright after that. That was more difficult than I was expecting it to be, but that was good.
Right, tell us your thoughts of your race, of that situation.
Oh, well, coming into this race, I wasn't all that confident, so walking out of it with a podium's great, and I finished ahead of Sky Z, who, I mean, don't know if he sees me in the same way, but I see him as my rival, so it's always nice to beat him.
Yeah. Absolutely stuff. But at some points, I bet you at one point thought, did you, like you said, you didn't expect to do well tonight, but you got a podium after the penalties from TL44S as well. But with that as well, it's a brilliant for getting the podium at the Hungarian tracks. It's one of those tracks that's very difficult to get round it. But was there any good battle? I mean, from what I saw, there was some cracking battles between yourself and Aaron J. Spence as well. But was there any other good battles that you noticed or been on as well tonight?
I'm gonna say a battle that wasn't actually an on-track battle, and that was the battle between me and TL44S at the end. So it was just me pushing my absolute hardest to make sure I stayed within the 6 seconds of penalties that he had.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever pushed harder on a lap in a race.
Fair dues, mate. I like the honesty from the drivers there. I'm pushing hard to try and get that podium stuff, or try and get as close to the driver as possible with the seconds ticking down with the laps as well. Was there any other that you noticed that you did some great moves, or did you feel like you could have done a little bit better tonight with a different strategy? Or tell us your thoughts, Tom.
I don't really think I could have done any better than third tonight, so it doesn't really matter thinking about what could have happened anyway.
Fair enough.
I'll move on to the next race and deal with that.
Fair dues, mate. Fair dues. Like I said, Tom, that's a brilliant. It was a shame, like with TL4 did have the 6 seconds with the penalties. He did a great drive there, but for yourself, Tom, you did nick the third position there as well. So well done for tonight, Tom. That was a brilliant battle from yourself there, especially where you had quite a few battles from about 4 cars, I think, at one point. So that was still a brilliant battle there, and still a good recovery to get into third place tonight. Well done for tonight. Usual 2 questions there. The German Grand Prix, what are your thoughts of the track, and what are your expectations for next week?
Oh, I don't really like the Hockenheim track, to be honest. I don't know what it is, I just never liked it throughout my entire life, so I'm no idea how well it's going to go, but I hope I don't win it.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Cross your fingers, cross your toes, so just hope the luck is in again like he did tonight with the third place at Hungary. Maybe second, maybe first, we'll have to wait and see. But as long as she's still in the points there, that's still a good start for the Invictus Racing League, the Realistic Performance League this season. So well done, Ton, for finishing third. I wish you all the very best of luck, whatever happens throughout the whole season. Well done, mate. Congratulations. So, I'd like to say a big thank you to Jos, who's just left, Sab and Ton for their interview questions on the commentators box. I'd like to thank everyone on the viewing on the stream there as well. You're all legends there, whatever happens here tonight. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the Invictus Racing League channel for all the live races here. So make sure you tune in on that as well. But also guys, make sure, like I said, we have the F1 League on the Monday nights with Gareth and Sab. So make sure the greatest commentator duo of them all there on the Monday nights. Myself, Tim, as we're doing it on Tuesdays, and then also Warslander and Energy Dan for F2, as well as myself and Tim again for the F3 League for the Wednesday nights as well. And also Sab and Gareth do the podcast on the Thursday nights, so make sure you tune in on that as well. And not only we're on the YouTube channel, we also have the Facebook, Instagram and Twitter as well. So make sure you all like, subscribe, follow for all the latest updates. But if you want to see the proper latest updates, check out the InvictusRacingLeague.com for all there. Make sure if you enjoyed that race with the full grid there, make sure you sign up and we might get you in after the test as well. So, Tim, final thoughts of the race tonight before we shoot off.
Well, the beginning definitely did not leave us with any shortage of entertainment, and it was actually a very clean race, a little bit cleaner than I expected it to be. Of course, not dogging on any drivers. It's just the fact that we had a full field, that I just expected a little bit more carnage just because of so many more cars being out there. But there really wasn't a lot of that, which is good. We saw a lot of hard racing, especially back there for that. final podium position, and even around there, around the top 5, 4th and 5th. So I think that it was a good race. And, like I said, at the end of the race, it looks like Jos is going to be one of the favorites for the championship this year. That's not to say that he's already wrapped it up. He certainly hasn't. But, when you get all the fast drivers, into a, if you just put them into a nice little pool, Jos, Mr. Sky Z, Sab, Ton Albanach, already those are some drivers that, based off of this race, we're seeing having some good speed and could very well carry it on throughout the whole season.
Absolutely. Any one of those drivers could win the Drivers' Championship, but we need to get someone to stop the rot of Mr. Sky C winning the 4th title. We have to get someone to stop that as well. Or it could be Mr. Sky C's 4th year in a row out of the blue there. We have to wait and see what happens here. But look, you are right there. There's some great drivers here in this league who could have a fantastic pace here. But I'm sure every driver would say they have to do it race by race to get the performance sorted as well. Thank you, Tim. You are an absolute legend as the greatest American commentator of them all. Fantastic stuff, Tim. Absolute legend tonight. This was the Invictus Racing League. This was the Realistic Performance League. I was your host with the most, Malc, with the legendary commentator, the American commentator of Tim. I'd like to say thank you very much, guys. I wish you all, see you all next week at the glorious race of the German Grand Prix. Ta-ra a bit, guys. Bye-bye.